Yes, Philippa. She's connecting audio.
Joe!
I love the way everyone comes on the call eating when you've been at home probably all day. Go! Go! You have to mute yourself.
Oh my God.
Mute. I'll mute her. I can do it from here.
Leanne, is it your birthday today?
Yeah, it's my birthday today, Macker.
Right, we ready? We're all going to sing happy birthday to her. We happy with that?
Yes.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Happy
birthday to you.
Happy
Health Secretary Matt Hancock both have a mild form of virus.
Huge loss of life and economic disaster.
The Olympic torch relay suspended in Greece. Also,
Stay at home, protect our NHS, and save lives.
Right, so I'll start with the players that aren't training first, so then I could get my numbers.
With the league in the middle of an international break, over half of the squad are away playing for their countries.
So in a nutshell, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, to be honest with you, there's not really much I can do with 6 players. We'll have to get all the staff for joining on that anyway. Got your boots with you, son? Good lad.
But for the head coach, there's a bigger disruption to his training schedule.
So I've had a text from Philippa Wallen to say she's got a fever. So I need to know what's the protocols with this coronavirus. Look, on the latest government thing, they're saying nothing changes, but in maybe 10, 14 days, if anyone's diagnosed with a fever, then they've got to self-isolate for 7 days.
Let's go.
A rare quiet period for the Hammers is also a perfect time to welcome a new face to the club.
So, plans for today, sir?
No, you missed it all, mate. We was in at 8 planning everything.
How was that?
So you've missed it, you know what I mean? First day in.
Late in. Oh, well. Starts with me to go on.
It's been 2 months since General Manager Russ resigned, and today his replacement, Aidan Boxall, has finally arrived.
Every time you lose, you'll be in that office explaining why. First thing Monday morning.
Luckily for Aidan, his boss is also running late.
It's too close, that's time.
Hi. Come on, Jack.
Hi.
All right.
Oh, mate. Oh, yeah, you all right?
You got a Mac?
Yeah, mate.
It's all gone wrong somewhere.
When are you off on holiday? This
When
weekend?
Yeah, this
That's all right.
weekend.
Where you going?
Courchevel, France skiing. I hope I don't get any. I'll be stuck there for about a month if anyone gets out there.
How much work do you do then? It was the party the other week. And
No,
skiing this week.
terrible.
Although the league still has 3 months of games to play, Jack wants his new general manager to be focused on next season and the future of the team.
To be honest, the most important thing now is obviously renewals. It's that sort of time of the season, and looking on, if people don't renew, then who will get in to replace them, really.
Once he identifies potentially who is going to be retained and who wants to stay, then we can be a little bit more specific in the positions that we look to try and fill. I mean, from my point of view, I think we should be looking at the next 2 years. We would expect one academy graduate to be in the first team match day squad every game. That would be a must. And realistically, what we've got up there behind us, we need to have our own one up there.
Yeah.
But also, I think the other thing we've got to look at now, seriously, is our own coaching workforce and more female role models. I think that's something, again, that we should be looking at promoting.
I like the kit. Oh, thank you. Finally someone says something. Oh, thank you.
One player with her own future to think about is 30-year-old Julia. Having struggled with an ongoing knee injury all season, her time as a professional footballer is running out.
How are we?
So she's roped in some extra help from her teammates
Oh, hey, Chili. Hey, hon.
Come on then, Gaffer.
to carve out her own side hustle, a new business running training camps across Europe for young girls.
Yeah, perfect, right? How Happy? Come on then, Wembley.
It's a lot of work, isn't it, Julia?
I think, yeah, the work in advance is the most work. But I think as soon as you start, then it's just in a flow, you know.
I mean, are you kind of setting up a career?
Of course, like, I'm not the youngest anymore, you know. I have to also think about my future, and I started doing these camps in last summer in Germany. There was a big demand of people who came, you know, and I think for the future, there's definitely something I would love to keep doing, you know. Okay, I think I have to say something now. Hello! Welcome to everyone and welcome to the parents. Thank you for dropping your kids. I want to also say welcome to the coaches. You can see over there, them 3 little shy girls over there. I just want to have one thing, that you all leave today with a big smile on your faces. Thank you. Okay, girls, everyone grab a ball now and we meet each other in the center circle on the other field, okay? Let's go! Jilly, can you even run, hun? Nice to meet you. Hey, well done. Welcome to my camp. It's boot camp, man.
Last hour, Public Health England has said 14 people in the UK have been tested for the coronavirus. 5 have been confirmed negative and 9 are still waiting.
While the team may be planning for the future, events outside of their control are about to change everything.
The Commission says Europe is now the epicentre of the pandemic.
Many more families are going to lose loved ones before their time.
Sporting events around the world are suspended because of coronavirus. Officials here have, in a dramatic move, stopped all English and Scottish football matches, including the Premier League.
Hello, team.
We've got a bit of protocol. You're gonna have to mic yourself up.
We've disinfected it.
Just for real? How do you even turn it on?
So what am I doing? Work.
Yeah.
Hello?
All right, let's go.
The postponement of all football in the UK has left the team treading water as the impact of the pandemic begins to take effect.
So the training ground is on lockdown until next Monday.
They've banned us from going to the ground. You know, if one person catches it in our West Ham, then maybe everyone else is going to catch it. They've just sent us protocol running to do to make sure we don't lose all our fitness.
The frustrating thing is, it's your job, you know? You just want to be at work and just doing your job, really.
You're supposed to be cleaning the house, did you say?
I've done it. What do you mean supposed to be? She's cheeky, isn't she, eh?
Whilst most of the overseas players were already away for the international break, 18-year-old Jazz will have to travel to the other side of the world.
It's a bit harder for me to go home. A lot of the foreign players that we have live sort of in Europe, so it takes them maximum 4 or 5 hours to get home. Me, if I go home, it's going to take me 20+ hours. So I need to make sure that I have at least 2 weeks off if I want to go home. I feel like I'm here for nothing, you know? I feel like I'm living in England for nothing. I'm here for football, and we're not training. We didn't have games for the international break, and then now we're not training at all. So I feel like I'm just sitting at home doing nothing.
What's going to happen with the rest of the season?
So we're waiting to hear by the FA. We spoke to them on Tuesday. They're pretty determined to make sure the season finishes. I think we'll just have to play it by ear. It's something that nothing's ever happened before. I think the last time a season got cancelled was World War II.
Trying to just manage it as best we can. Obviously, we want to get the training pitch as quickly as we can, but I would have thought we'd follow suit with the rest of Europe at some point and maybe go on lockdown. So I'd much rather the players be with their families.
And has Julie, are you chatting to her much?
Yeah, we was on text this morning. Obviously, with her other business that she's got, the cryo lounge, I've seen a few tweets from that. So scary. It's obviously not just the football side. You've got things like that you've got to take into consideration, you know. It's crazy.
I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home.
We need to do what's best for this country and what's best for the NHS, and that is to stay indoors.
Protect each other, protect the NHS. Stay safe and see you all soon.
Despite hopes for the league to start back up, The lockdown in the UK has left the squad separated across the globe. For the team skipper, the pandemic has forced her to close her shop, and now she's looking for ways to pay her rent.
This month, the Cryo Lounge is 1 year old, and to try and raise funds for our crowdfunder, we are going to do a 365-kilometre challenge.
Luckily for Jilly, her teammates have got her back and are all mucking in as well.
I want to say a massive thank you to Anna Morehouse, who is doing a cycling challenge, and to Kate and Martha, who are helping to raise funds for us too. It doesn't go unnoticed, and I'm so grateful to have friends like that.
For the rest of the squad, as the weeks go on, they've had to find ways of filling their time.
I think everyone has a dog now. Martha's hanging out with the chicken.
This one? Or is it better to go by trees?
It's better to go by trees.
Hundreds of miles away from home, the lockdown has given West Ham's number 9, Martha, a much-needed change of scenery.
Do you have any idea what you're doing?
Surely that one does go to that.
Let me do it, Ma. You're terrible at this.
Staying with her girlfriend, part-time footballer and software consultant, Ellie.
Come on, fishies.
It's also given her some much-needed headspace after a tough first season in the top flight.
I'd much rather watch you fish than watch you play football.
Why?
It's stressful. So we came to stay at my dad and stepmom's in Wales for lockdown. I've been working full-time, and Martha's just been coming out here fishing with my brother.
I mean, it's definitely been hard just to keep busy. Like, I'm the kind of person that constantly needs to be doing something, which is why I've probably taken fishing up. Like, I cook breakfast, lunch and dinner every day, pretty much for... Definitely for Ellie. But then I also cook dinner most nights for the house.
Yeah, I think my parents are going to struggle when Martha leaves because we've been having gourmet dinners every night.
But yeah, it's much better to be here because there's so much more room to, like, go out for runs, go out for walks. I think one of the hardest things has been, like, resources. Like, there's some girls that are literally, like, you see it on social media, that are lifting, like, plant pots and stuff just to, like, get some load on the body. But we've been doing lots of 1v1s, which has been quite competitive and fun for us. She's bony, she just elbows me.
She's quicker than me, so I just have to use where I go, you know. That fish looks scary as F.
Definitely time to reflect, because obviously I had a bit of a mental struggle at the beginning of the year. But I got a lot of support from my teammates and my coaches, and started speaking to, like, a counsellor, which helped too.
Yeah, which was, like, huge for you.
I'm doing much better now, mentally, and I know how to handle myself. When back then, like, obviously I just had, like, waves of emotion come over me and I didn't know what to do about it, and then it just exploded. I think it makes you realise that you don't want to stop playing. Yeah. Like, we've talked about, like, I'm going to be a nightmare when I retire, which hopefully is a long way away.
You're going to be a nightmare. Come on, fishy. Yes!
You got to kiss your fish.
I'm not kissing that, I'm not touching that. Wait, shall I hold it?
Yeah. Nope. Sorry.
You just didn't want me to have a picture with it.
It squirmed out!
Of what we were expecting, that the WSL, the top tier, and the Women's Championship, the second tier, have been ended in what the FA puts for the best interests of the women's game. No decision yet what that means for promotion, relegation, potential title winners.
Lots of pressure. I feel lots of pressure time.
Pressure about what?
Well, just when you're filming me type, I feel like I can't spell anything wrong.
After 2 months on hold, the decision's been made to abandon the season, which means it's the end of the road for some of the West Ham players.
So what's going on today?
So we've got a call with the players basically just to catch up, so letting them know that basically it's finished, and if they need anything, me and Aidan are here to help.
How have they taken it, the players, do you think?
I think the players play probably quite a big part in it getting stopped. There's the money in the men's game that they can test the players, they can look after all of that aspect of it, Where in the women's game, if we were going to spend that amount of money, it would have a detrimental effect on next year and the year after, of where we're still trying to grow. But I think in a way it's like any other football season, of where, unfortunately, there's players that stay, players that go, players that go off to get better contracts, players that you renew. It's the same with everything, really.
This is for West Ham. No surprise, Balnach is favourite to take this. She goes for the little dink and it's in! What a contribution from Katharina Balnach. 2 free kicks, she's found the net within the final 10 minutes here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Listen, the point of the call today is just really, obviously after the league's announcement, we are planning to come back in on the 6th of July. Now with that, obviously not everyone will be coming back.
Having battled homesickness for 7 months, German defender Katha has decided to stay home and won't be returning for next season.
So thanks, Katha, for everything that you've done. Is there anything that you want to say?
Yes, it's quite hard now to stay in this way. But I wish you the best of luck for the next season, and yeah, I wish I can hug you all now and say goodbye in another way, but yeah, because of these times I can't do this now, and thank you to you all. Yeah, I love you much, guys.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you, Katha.
Thank you, Katha.
Thank you so much for being part of our history, and I suppose our young history on the women's side of things. Hopefully, we look forward to next season, building on what we've done this season.
See you next week.
Thank you.
Let's go.
See you guys. Bye.
See you guys.
Love you all. Love you. Bye. How do we leave?
Press leave.
I think it was a little bit sad, really, and it's even worse that there hasn't really been any formal goodbyes where everyone's together.
You worried where COVID leaves women's football in the aftermath?
Yeah, I think it's a big worry, and I think the FA have got a huge year ahead of them. I really do. Like, for me, I think next year's everything for the FA and everything for the clubs. The men's team are going to be bleeding where they're not getting their match day revenue, where they're not getting the same amount of TV revenue, and so I think it's a critical time for women's football.
At the end of a tough season for the Hammers, the final standings decided by the FA leave West Ham in 8th place.
Good evening. The Prime Minister has outlined measures to start a very gradual easing of the lockdown in England.
Go ahead, you're back. I'm back.
And after 14 weeks of lockdown, the players can finally return to East London, ready for a new chapter.
Spent 3 months in the pig farm with my sister. We bought some cows, me and my brother. So I think 70 odd cows to look after.
Come on in.
For 22-year-old Grace, the start of her 2nd season with the Hammers has her living out of a suitcase.
All the international players are coming back this weekend, so my house is being used as the 14-day isolation station. So I'm going to move into Kate and Leanne's house for like maybe 2 weeks.
But for veteran Kate, signing a new contract with West Ham means she's got a home for the next 2 years.
You're the only player that stayed in the
Okay, I think so. You know, I stayed here for the sun. But yeah, I'm not planning on moving again. I mean, how many times did I move?
What's it like having these two back?
Yeah, it's really nice, actually. It's nice having a bit of company. Not good company, but some company.
Obviously last season we didn't do great and we've been through that.
Yeah.
So we kind of know what that feels like, and we all know like what we have to do and how much harder we have to work.
It's trust the progress, as they say, right?
Progress or
Progress.
Cut that right now. Was that our saying?
Trust the process. I'm glad that it sunk into you.
That's it.
Trust
Where's your most favourite card, Ellie?
At the bottom of that. That's my dad for you.
Although COVID has hit the finances of football, the head coach is determined not to let it ruin his plans for the future.
It's difficult because obviously some players have gone now, so you didn't really get to say goodbye properly. Yeah, it's been a tough year. There's a few things that I made a mistake at the start of the season. I was a little bit lenient because we brought in so many players from overseas last year in letting things go, trying to build their confidence, and I took a little bit of a back seat really in the sense of maybe letting them find their feet. Because of COVID-19, we're going to be running with a small squad next year, sort of 19 players with a couple of academy girls. But what I want in each position is competition where it raises the standard in training because they need to be fighting for them positions. No one will have a position that's guaranteed. Don't f*** it up.
Sorry, did I get you again? What's that?
Yes, thank you, darling. Yeah, it's all right, to be fair.
Hello. Welcome back. Hey, thank you so much. I'm a little bit excited, you know, really. There are some dogs, you know.
Hello!
For housemates and best friends Julia and Alicia, today is the first time they've seen one another in 4 months.
Then you miss me. Jackie! Yeah, Jackie!
But for their little family, the new season has brought in some big changes.
Rami's gone. Rami went to Paris.
Their third housemate, Alicia's girlfriend Ramona Bachmann, has left Chelsea and signed for French side Paris Saint-Germain.
Like first we got him, and then after we got her because we thought we would stay in London here, you know, and it's better like to leave 2 dogs alone.
Hey, we would be a big family.
But now Rami's gone, so I look like Rami takes Louis and I take Jackie. But like first of all, she has to find like an apartment and everything, so I look after them.
How are you managing long distance?
Yeah, you know, I think it's we are young, we can do this, you know, and Paris is not that far. Yeah, life changed a bit, but you know, like we have to grow.
We have to grow. Honestly, we have to grow.
Yeah.
So you've resigned for West Ham?
Of course, I'm a hammer.
Wow! That's my room!
For Julia, who's just recently turned 31, the time away from football has given her a chance to face some difficult decisions.
So before Corona or COVID came, I was back playing, and that was really, really great. And then really a week before the whole situation got a bit worse, like my knee started to feel a bit worse again. Yeah, and then we decided with West Ham basically that I'm gonna retire. For me, the hardest part is not being in the dressing room and being part of the team, you know, because that's maybe the thing I enjoyed the most in the last 2 years, just to have like really, really good girls around you all the time. So much so this is why I said, hey, if there's another chance to play football, I didn't look for this proactive, it just came, this offer. It looks like I'm gonna, keep playing at another country, like in Italy, and have another, year of professional football.
Can you tell us the name of the club?
So it's gonna be AC Milan, probably, yeah. My hope is because I made once back on the pitch, I can do it again. Take a little bit like my last chance to play football. Do you see my muscle a little bit, right? I'm a little bit in shape, you know? It's really end of an era.
Because we had like the best year in my life, I think.
Oh.
Yes.
We're not crying.
I'm not crying.
Oh, wow. At least at one. Samma den Ball gegen.
Now, it's been nearly 5 months since the Women's Super League was forced to stop play. While next season looks to be incredibly challenging for the teams, a return date has been confirmed for the 5th of September. For some, they'll even have new stadiums to play in.
I've never been through this way before, you know that? Tell you what, I've only ever come in the back way.
Even in the face of a global pandemic, for Jack, there's no reason for his team to slow down. And despite uncertainty about getting punters in, the Hammers have finally outgrown their old home, so the boss has bagged them a new one.
There's 2,000 seats here. The overall capacity is 6,000. It's been about putting a women's crest up here by the time of our first home match.
Is it a bit of a risk still moving here?
No, I don't think so. I think for us it's an important move, really, and I think COVID doesn't really stop that. If we can social distance, we'll be allowed more fans here than we would be at Rush Green. We want supporters to come here and feel safe. I think that's the most important thing. We've grown so quickly, and I think women's football's grown so quickly, and what we don't want COVID to be is it to stop that momentum. It's a shout out to all of the supporters that we really want them behind us, and we want them coming to games and enjoying games and getting back to some sense of normality, really.
Welcome to the new norm.
Months after the first global pandemic in a century, West Ham returned for a third season in the top league of English football. There's a few familiar faces.
Hello.
But also some new ones too, ready to make the East End their home.
There they are.
And we'll never be royals. It's a run in our blood. That kind of luck's just.
It's a good little cell, isn't it? Well, it's not little, it's a massive cell.
And for the head coach, facing one of the toughest seasons ever for women's football, he's ready to get down to business.
We start as we need to go on, right? Simple as that. So whatever we do today, we do well. Then tomorrow it gets better and it gets better and it gets better. One thing I'll say to you now, not one person in this squad is guaranteed to play in this team. Not one. I've got a player for each position. You've got to earn it out there. Understood?
We had a difficult season last year, and it's like a new slate now. We wipe it clean, we'll start again fresh. All fans want to see his players just give their all. They want to see us fight on the pitch and battle, and hopefully when they do come back, that's what they'll see. No matter how good you are as a team, you're nothing without the fans.